Hey there, Papa's Posse. Don't forget about that QR code. Take you to my eBay, YouTube, and Instagram page. Well, welcome back to the channel there, Papa's Posse. Once again, it's time for Papa's Comic Books, Coffee, and more. Well, welcome back to the channel there, Papa's Posse. It's Papa's Comic Books, Coffee, and more. And today we have Action Comics number 440, 20 cents from back in 1974. Title of the story, The Man Who Betrayed Krypton by Elliot Mangan and Kurt Swan. Now, before we begin, don't forget this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Let's see who betrayed Krypton. Kal-El, you are no longer our son. You have betrayed Krypton, the world of your birth. Another action-packed saga on the greatest hero of the galaxy. Kal-El, you have disgraced your Kryptonian parents so you could live. We died in vain. Mother, father, I do not understand. Kal-El, you have denied your Kryptonian heritage by converting to an Earthman. Excuse me. You act like an Earthman. You talk like an Earthman. There is nothing Kryptonian about you at all. Kal-El, you have grown up to become the man who betrayed Krypton. This is part of Metropolis where seldom see the slum called Evanside Heights. Many figures come and go regularly on these squalid streets, among them the tall, deliberate form of Coram. But don't be fooled by the distinguished black cape and touch of white hair. I know how you feel, Joey. That bottom-lapping math teacher burns me too. He gave me a freaking C+ when I know more about geometry than he does. If I only had the chance to. He said the magic word by my boy, chance. I know that life makes quick-minded kids like you eat dirt, unless they jump at the chance I give them. How would you, too, like to be important and rich? What are you into, man? Your future. Michael J. Coram has made many kids like these too important and rich. What's more, he's done more to improve the lives of residents of this filthy ghetto than any man, any foundation, any government agency. But don't be fooled, Coram isn't a man at all. He is a monster, a human monster. How can this be? Well, let's look into Thomas Woodrow's research. Scientist, scientific and technical advanced research editor. There's a new breed of scientists coming out of the universities like Dr. Tommy Woodrow, a star of Star Labs. A new breed that's young, aware, and dedicated to the betterment of humanity through science. There are other dedicated men like Dr. Woodrow, not only scientists, but economists, journalists, legislators, who have assumed positions of creativity and responsibility to build a better world. Crunch. Dr. Woodrow, Mr. Kent, you've got to get out of here. Fast. Why? What's happening? A super-duper tank smashing into the building. Hurry, the walls will cave in any moment. I wonder how the crime syndicate has been coming up with these way-out weapons. Get going, Kent. Coming. But before the WGBS TV newscaster can say another word, Kent, where are you? What happened? You all right? Wall collapsed, but I'm not hurt. Go, get help. That'll keep him busy while I take care of a job for Superman. It's the super guy. Activate the Defender. And out of concealed hatch of the nightmarish machine spurts an armored crook spouting fireballs. Not just any old fireball, Superman, but solar flares like those of a red sun. Another crime syndicate innovation, putting a hitman in a suit of armor with a weapon blast. Superman, under red solar radiation, I'm as helpless as a newborn kitten. Among the onlookers is another WGBS reporter, Jimmy Olsen, who sees something that doesn't happen very often. Wow, Superman's getting zapped. You get superhero stick-ons. And inside the crashed-in laboratory building, our mission here is to steal the rare metals that Star stockpiles in its vault. And as a Defender, my assignment is to prevent any interference by Superman. The Defender, eh? Give these guys a title, and all of a sudden they think they're hot bananas. How long do you think you can keep dodging my solar blast, Man of Steel? But it takes more than strength, nullifying rays to overcome a Kryptonian body conditioned to wielding superpower. Here's where I give you both barrels. That tin can you've got wrapped around you isn't the most maneuverable thing in the world. Now, while the defender is out of commission, I'd better summon up that what strength I have left and stop that machine from blasting. Open that vault door. Crush. And the attack on Star ended. The attack on Star ended with Superman carrying the battered remains of the criminal operation to the police headquarters. Nice going, Jimmy, especially for a part-time TV reporter. But tell me, what happened to my man on the scene, Clark Kent? He'd been trapped inside the wrecked building. Clark got out all right, but his equipment was ruined and his film exposed. Had to muss up my hair, my clothes to look like it was an accident. Hey, that man approaching me. Clark, I figured I might run into you. What happened to you? Bruce Wayne. I had a run-in with a tank. Bruce Wayne. What business does Batman have at a Galaxy Communications? No business for the Batman, but Bruce Wayne is here for the annual stockholders meeting. I own 6% of Galaxy. Phew, to think you're one of the people I'm working for. See you at the next Justice League meeting. But as Clark walks into the elevator, he goes from an unexpectedly bumping into a friend to, oomph, Steve Lombard. Can't you see I'm all tied up, Clarky? Sorry about that. Smatter, Clarky. You forget how to put film in your camera? Let's go, Brandy. I know this great spot to have lunch where you can... Oh, see, I'm terribly sorry. Trip? But we followed Clark Kent long enough to give Coram time to surface once more. Time to call an emergency meeting of the organization he calls the Think Tankers. The Superman must be eliminated by any means necessary. Superman has stopped our finest looting devices from the weather controller to the illusion caster. As of this moment, we're initiating a crash program to eliminate Superman. Who is Coram? Who are these think tankers? And how come Dr. Thomas Woodrow, the subject of Clark Kent's news report, is among them? All right, think tankers, start shooting your ideas at me. For the answers, let us peer into the mind of Thomas Woodrow, Ph.D., as he thinks back 10 years when he was seeing the best friend off to return to his army base. You ought to think about it, Tommy. The army's about the only straight way for poor kids like us to make something out of ourselves. Yeah, Andy, I'll think about it. Tommy Woodrow, did you think about it? And one day when he finally made his decision, hey, let go of me. What do you want? Don't do it, Woodrow. You're too smart to waste your brain working for peanuts. There's a way to make it big working for me. And Tommy Woodrow did make it with the Coram, providing the scholarship to put him through college in return for pledge. For the remainder of his life, Woodrow would be obliged to use his scientific skill on behalf of organized crime. And to cover his real occupation, he'd take on an outside job as a front. Tommy has done an outstanding job, and today finds him about to add to his record. Coram! I've made a breakthrough on an ultimate anti-Superman weapon. A brain beam that attacks his reasoning ability. And how long? It will be operational within 72 hours. Ooh, 72 hours. That must be like 3 days. Taking a break. It's now 3 days later and during a broadcast of Clark Kent's 6 o'clock news. And this is Clark Kent saying, be happy today. Kal-El, come to us. Suddenly, feel dizzy, hear voices. Kent, do you always have to go into a trance when you finish your broadcast? Hear voices calling me. Hang your voices. Just be sure you return your suit to the wardrobe and get your dull blue duds back. Clark does go to the wardrobe department, but the blue duds he switches into are anything but dull. Still keep hearing voices calling me by my Kryptonian name, Kal-El. I've got an irresistible urge. Go to them. Kal-El, come to us at once, to this hilltop outside the city. And what the man of tomorrow sees when he pierces the fog, covering the hilltop, literally blows his mind. You have come to us, Kal-El, wayward son, great Krypton, my dear departed parents. Haunting me? No way. Of all the inhabitants on the planet, the day Krypton died, we thought you, Kal-El, the one most worthy of saving. To make room for you in the rocket, your mother and I stayed behind to die. For almost 30 years since that day, You have shamed us and the planet of your birth. You have adopted Earth, dress Earth. You have adopted Earth, dress Earth customs, and even an Earth name. Kal-El, my son, there is only one way to redeem yourself. Leave Earth to go find another world and there build a new Krypton. Mother, father, do not be ashamed of me. I will do whatever you say. Superbly done, Woodrow. Superman will soon be just a bad memory. And across town, in a huge warehouse, sonic cannon to National Trust Bank, check. Nuclear energy nullifier to Metropolis Museum, check. Meanwhile, a hallucinating Superman shakes his fist into the wind. Never let it be said that I betrayed my heritage. I vow to establish a new Krypton as a memorial to my native world. And with that, the son of Krypton leaps straight into the outer space. Almost immediately, the biggest crime blitz of all time hits the streets and skyways of Metropolis. What is this, some new kind of skyjack? The entire jewelry exhibit rising through the ceiling. Operation 31B reporting gold bricks intercepted on the way to the Mint. And in police headquarters, Inspector Henderson, a rash of crimes breaking out all over Metropolis. Keep out that all-point bulletin for Superman. Where could he be? Would you believe Inspector Henderson far out in space in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter? How to shove that asteroid into the other one. And as they collide, fuse them together with heat vision. Heat vision, and you get Big Jim sweepstakes with heat vision. Okay. When the asteroids are hollowed out, I'll have the first two sections of a colossal space ark. That will transport a new population to my new Kryptonian. But who will I choose to take with me? But as Superman labors in space, others with the intentions that are anything but noble labor on Earth. All units report back to the warehouse. Our Superman-less caper has been a complete success. You heard me right. The first time, Mr. Edge, Michael J. Corum is demanding time on WGBS TV tonight to announce his intention to take over Metropolis. What kind of joke is this? I assure you, Mr. Edge, this is no laughing matter, unless you agree. Hello, what's going on there? Superman, what's going on? Run for it. Our plots fail. Superman is back for revenge. No, you don't understand. You are among the chosen people to help me found my new Krypton. Impossible. The odds that were against it. Of 3 billion people on Earth, why us? Perhaps later as the Action H loads its passengers aboard the space ark. Superman's hollowed out asteroid and filled it with all our equipment and the think tankers. What better group could I choose to populate a new world than some of the best educated minds of Earth? And with that, Superman leaves the ark and slams the hatch shut behind him. Next stop, New Krypton. Have a pleasant trip. That was a double cross. Hey, look at that monitor. He's really going through with it. Our speed is rapidly approaching 7 miles per second, the speed at which we escape Earth's gravity forever. Stop this thing before it's too late. Superman, listen to me. I'll do anything. I'll issue you a full confession. Tell you how we tricked you. Just get us back to Earth. Which Superman does as a gigantic spacecraft is set down on the airfield outside Metropolis. Earth? Oh, thank you, kind Superman. How can I ever repay you? How about your full confession for a starter? I'd sure like to know how Superman figured out Jor-El and Lara were phonies. That was easy. My parents kept calling me by my full name, Kal-El, when they really would have called me by my first name, Kal, was customary on Krypton. Everyone, no matter how strong he is, secretly worries about whether his lifestyle would be approved by his parents. Corum will never know how close he came to using that fear against me. Okay, and now we have Little Lost Dog. If you're a stray dog in a Star City, you're one of the 100,000 homeless canines scraping to keep alive. But if you are a certain Star City stray, you are looking for something besides food and water. You dimly know that you're looking for a man one you hope will recognize if you see him. And looking up, remember that the man you are looking for can fly like this green arrow. The dog doesn't quite know why he's looking for a flying man, but as he perks up his nose to get the bellman's scent, he realizes the green arrow may need some help. Gotta time this just right. Go for the mast. Now, Never pulled that stunt before, but I'll congratulate myself after my work here is done. And as a certain cabin in the same cruiser, and a case of 144 brain homogenizers, everything accounted for, Professor Steelgraves. Excellent, Georgie. I've been arranged to get this equipment through customs. Georgie, Professor, look it, a flying saucer. Forget it, Max. We got more important things to do than look out for UFOs. There it goes, landing in the water like a little rocket, gizmo that fizzled out. Let large Maxie have his fantasies. There's no harm in freeze. You're under arrest for smuggling. It's Green Arrow. Do your stuff, Maxie. Large Maxie ain't afraid of no little green man. This goon is gonna end up behind the b-ball. Clop. Up against the wall, you two, so I can find out which of you is Professor Steelgraves, the brains of the smuggling outfit. Talk, Professor. Why are you smuggling scientific hardware into the country? You gonna talk, or do I mash your ugly face to mush? I'll get you for trying to knock me out. Huh. Well, you still awake after getting it with an arrow? Good work, Maxie. Finish him off while we split. At that moment, one deck above, sensitive canine ears pick up a scuffle beneath the paws, and surprisingly clever plan is inspired by a nearby rope. Wah! Wait! And simultaneously below, Maxie's gonna slam your pretty head through the steel wall. This brawny hood's strong, but muscle-bound. Hey, what's holding you away from the wall, you flabby arm? That flabby arm? I, on the other hand, managed to keep myself limber as well as tough. Who? So there's one bear-like brute down for the count. Got to remember sometimes not to depend on my gadgets so much as my wits. Steelgraves and his pal could be anywhere on board this. Holy Anna! Both of them unconscious, entangled in a rope. Who on earth could have done that? Who could have done that? Let's see. A dog's sense of smell is a remarkable thing, and this particular dog is more remarkable than most. Watch. And you say, Oliver, you have no idea how it happened that those two smugglers tripped over a rope? Yeah, pretty bird, they thought I planted it here. I didn't delusion them. I didn't disillusion them. Want to hold another tail feather for the arrow, baby? Listen, I went all over the smuggled goods with the cops and the weirdest mad scientist equipment you ever saw. Is that scratching I hear at the door? Scratch, scratch. And as Oliver, Green Arrow, Queen looks up from her arrow making, he sees Dinah, Black Canary, Lance, usher in. Oh, what a darling little dog. He looks hungry. He's a dog. Dogs always look hungry. What's that thing in his mouth? My mind. This is one of my weirdo gadgets those crumbs were smuggling in. We couldn't figure out what it's supposed to be or do. Somehow this pooch got hold of it and sniffed me all the way back here. I want to know where this mutt came from and what this blasted gadget. Oliver, watch out. Yep. Suddenly, from the viewpoint of ray-struck Dinah, Oliver, the room changing. Everything's changing. Everything's crazy, man, just crazy. Next instant, the girl who underneath is the Black Canary lashes out. Dinah, what in blazes? I don't know what you did to Oliver, but I'll do worse to you. Now get this, Oliver. Queen struggles to stop an apparently crazed Dinah Lance as the mysterious pup makes an astounding leap across the chaotic flower shop to slide into the far wall with a clumsy paw tugging at the controls of the device designed only for human hands. And miraculously, Oliver, what came over me? Far as I can tell, the beam from the gadget struck you, made you hallucinate, and I'll be darned that that dog didn't know how to cure you of it. What's more, the way he leaped across the room, it was as if he could fly. Yes, he's no ordinary dog. I think I'll call him Damien. I always liked that name. I wonder where he comes from. The smuggling ring that turned up with the hallucination gun is no ordinary mob either. I'd answer lots of questions if we found out what they're into. Unfortunately, I couldn't come up with these answers in time for this issue. But you can bet I'll be worth the wait to get your mind boggled along with mine in next month's issue. Okay, well that was Action Comics number 440 with Action Plus with Green Arrow. Hope you enjoyed that little reading. Now, don't forget, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, okay? Remember, as Papa, Superman, Kal-El, and the Green Arrow always say...
That was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.